Hello, Callum, Sully. Welcome to Entrepreneur Talks podcast run by Women Flakes.
Hello, Yola. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Fantastic. I'm so excited and I'm so grateful for your presence on our podcast as well. So, Callum, in 3 words, can you describe you as a person?
In 3 words.
Three, no six, three.
So, in 3 words, well, I am a personal trainer. Are we talking 3 descriptive words, or should I be thinking more outside the box in like three
Whatever you
descriptive
feel
words?
in terms of your person, as a person, you are so you involves in profession, family.
Okay, got it. So, I am a personal trainer. I am a family man, and I'm about to turn 30 tomorrow. Will those 3 do?
Woohoo! 30. That's a beautiful age. So get ready, don't be afraid, and enjoy the move.
Yeah. So I hear. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it personally. I have been ready for 30 since I was 25. I recently put a Facebook post on my own personal page, which I only keep my personal page for like light comedy because it's private. It's only got my friends on. And I had a flashback of 10 years ago when I turned 20. It looked very different to what I have in store tonight. So when I was 20, I won't go into detail, but it was partying. And tonight it's literally hot chocolate. I'll probably catch up with the Mandalorian and then be fast asleep for 10, 11 o'clock.
Wow. And back in the days, woohoo, we stay on all night long. I totally got it. Thank you so much. And before I go forward for my questions that I got for you, where are you talking from?
So I'm talking from, so it's a little town in England called Buxton. I don't know if you've heard of the Buxton water. You know, you see it in the shops. It's what we're famous for.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do know that Buxton water. Oh yes, yes. Oh, so you're there.
So that's where I am. Yeah, it's a little spa town. Just I'd say about an hour away from Manchester. So yeah, quite north.
Quite cold.
It was snowing yesterday. So yeah, it's cold up here.
Oh wow, okay, that's good. But this is life anyway. I'm in London. We are in the same country, so I do live in London, the west side, and it's cold as well. We are on the winter, right? Winter.
Yeah, I think there's a few degrees difference, but
yeah,
same thing really.
Yeah. It's always colder, like up there. But that's life. Anyway.
Well, I was in London last year for my birthday. I was staying somewhere near the London Eye, and literally 12 months ago, it was freezing in London. So when people say sunny London, I've not experienced that yet. Maybe I'm going at the wrong time.
Yeah, can be. But there we go. It's winter. So thank you again, and let's go for the questions I've got for you. So you said 3 things. You are a coach, personal coach. That's the main personal trainer. Sorry. And you are family member. Family. What you mentioned? Sorry.
Well, I'm a family man, so I'm married with a teenage daughter, so that's always fun.
Okay, good. And you also mentioned that you are the other thing, the 3 thing, because we went to another conversation and boom, I completely got lost.
I think the 3 things I said, was personal trainer, family man, and I think I said I'm turning 30. I mentioned that. But I'm also a gym owner as well. So I own a gym here in my town of Buxton. It's more of a group personal training facility. We just call it gym. Those are the things I do. I also do a little bit of social media marketing as well. It's a separate thing, but No, I just say I'm a personal trainer.
That's good. So when it comes to personal trainer, how long you've been doing and how do you run your personal trainer? I don't know if you got programs or tell us about yourself as a personal trainer.
Yeah, so I started when I was 24. Before then, I was a chef by trade, actually, if you
Oh,
can say that. I mainly worked in kitchens since I was, well, 16, right up until I was, yeah, 24, 23.
wow. Mm,
Yeah, but I got into fitness
big
when I was
change.
17. Yeah, it was a big change. But because I was around food all the time, I was always interested in nutrition. So
Wow.
that's where that evolved from. And like I say, I was training, exercising when I was 17, and I fell in love with that straight away. So I decided, as most personal trainers do, oh, I want to, I love exercise and fitness. I'm going to work in it. And when I first become a personal trainer, I had this idea in my head that I'm going to be working with athletes, and I'm going to be. It's what you're promised. When you train to be a personal trainer, you're promised this, 6-figure salary within your first 2 years, working with celebrities and wrestlers, and that's not what happened. But what did happen was my audience found me, which is
Oh,
quite
that's you.
quite cliche to say. And my audience found me, and what I realised is actually my speciality is in women's weight loss, and that kind of expanded. That went a bit further. I started to realise actually I enjoyed helping women to regain their confidence, because a lot of the time, a lot of my clients I work with have had children, or they've been through divorces, or they have their own businesses, and of course, particularly with what's going on in the world now. So it kind of ventured just from being a personal trainer to actually this is what I do, and
Nice.
I've worked with. From there, I was just a one-to-one personal trainer, so I just did in person, and then I went online. I started my online fitness business in 2018 January, so nearly 3 years, and then of course that just went on a much bigger scale. Yeah, in
Wow.
terms of programs, I mainly have what I call my flagship program, which is group personal training. One day I tried to go online a few times, it just didn't work. And then a light bulb hit me one day, and I was following someone's work who's a very successful
Training.
fitness,
Personal.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they were talking about group personal training online. And I'm thinking, okay. So I decided back in January 2018, what if I just throw everyone in a Facebook group, and I'll be in there, and I'll just post workouts, post recipes, give people daily tasks, and let's just see what happens. So I put out a post and basically looked for 10 people. At the
Wow.
time, it was men or women, it didn't make a difference, but I wanted 10 people, and all they had to do was give me a deposit, and if they finished this 30-day challenge I had planned, they'd get it back. And within the first, I'd say 10 minutes, bang, I got 12 people. So I had to up that to 20 before I knew it. And all these deposits
Wow.
kept coming through. I hadn't even planned the program yet. It was just an idea at this point, but here I am with, 20 people parting with, only £50 each. And I'm like, oh God, whoa, I better do something. But we did, and I gave them loads of stuff, and yeah, I basically said, as long as you finish the program and let me share your results at the end, you can get your deposit back. I think 2 people dropped out, so I had 18 people who all got phenomenal results, and they did post it after. And I thought, hang on a minute, this is something special here.
Yeah.
And then the next group, I was a bit like, okay, well, I'm going to charge for this now. And yeah, I had something like 25 people in the next group, or just sort of.
Fantastic. Wow,
So
Callum.
yeah, I've been doing that ever since. And then I still do one-to-one training, and of course I still run my gym, and I do one-to-one online coaching a lot more now
Nice.
as well.
Love it. Yeah, I'm excited. So you then you started charging from the when you had 25 members. Nice. People signing up.
Yeah, yeah. The second group did. So yeah, and bear in mind, for 6 months before that, I tried to go online loads of times, and it just didn't work. Not because people didn't want to do it, but just because there was a disconnect between, I was here, I was a face-to-face personal trainer, and then suddenly people want to sign up with me and they don't get that interaction. It was very hard for people to stay accountable. But because everyone was in a Facebook group and everyone was following a program at the same time, they start and finish at the same time, there was something about that accountability and communities in there as well, that just kept people going. And when people started losing £10 up to a stone in 30 days, it was like, oh, hang on, this works. And there's nothing special about it. There's no magic formula. There's nothing I do different that no one else would do. It's very simple stuff. It's healthier habits, evidence-based nutrition. I don't really give meal plans and stuff because different people have different dietary requirements. Yeah, some people are going to struggle more than others. But it's basically, here's 30 days. You invest in me for 30 days, and I'm going to show you everything I know about fitness and weight loss. And I'm going to put it all into a 30-day program. And then by day 30, you'll have my way, my method. And what you do with it after is up to you. And of course, a lot of people do stay, work with me ever since. And then some people will go. A lot of people come back 6 months down the line when they've sort of forgotten those habits. But yeah, it's a habits-based program. It's just to teach people what you need to do. And it's not reinventing the wheel, Health and fitness it's exactly what it says on the tip. We all know we need to move more and eat less in order to change, not even just for weight loss. If we want to develop muscle, if we want to get stronger, we still have to find a balance between, a calorie deficit, having the right macronutrients. It's not always a case of, and I got fed up of certain diet companies, which I'm not going to name, which I'd spent a good couple of years having a pop at on my social media, and a couple of people had said, look, if you don't like it, do something about it. So I did. So I guess this was an alternative to restrictive diets, shall we say, that just are all about restriction, whereas I'm about implementation. And instead of just taking away stuff, let's implement new habits instead that can slowly replace those. And you can find my whole service is all about one word, and that's balance. And I base my entire career around that one word. And that's because no matter what service I deliver, I'm all about finding the balance between enjoying life and then also having a bit of discipline to make your body or mindset change, whatever your goal may be.
Right. Because it's connected, right, Callum? Like the mindset needs to be connected with your nutrition and your exercise. You cannot want to lose weight, but in your mind is not ready or is not getting ready for that. Like you're saying to yourself, I want to lose weight. How will you lose weight? Because the negativity can break you down easily.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
100%.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, the mind and physical body connection is so powerful.
Yeah.
In fact, right now, like on my social media in December, I tend to sort of base all my content around this campaign of maintaining instead of trying to lose weight. Because I think if you actively try and lose weight over Christmas, you certainly can, but you're going to set yourself up to fail because there's so many barriers going on. And that's not even taking a pandemic into the equation. That's just general Christmas, shopping. There's a plethora of mince pies, mulled wine, everything, everything's about right now. Everything's so easily accessible. And the more people try to fight that, yeah, they may get physical results, they may lose weight, but it's going to be miserable. And I would rather people right now, or this is at least what I'm trying to relay to my current clients, is don't worry about it. Just focus on maintaining and reducing the damage. If you gain a few pounds towards the end of Christmas, I'd say that was a win. I wouldn't say that was a negative at all. I think, did you enjoy those £3 that you've gained? Yes, I had a great Christmas. Well, then there you go. It could have been a stone, and I've seen that happen, right? And then people are falling in this mentality over the years, which I have too, which is I'll start in January. There's a reason that January is the busiest period for gyms and the
Gyms and
fitness industry
yeah.
because of New Year's resolutions. The number one thing that most people have in the New Year's resolutions is, right, yeah, I need to get back to the gym. And as a result of that, people then tend to kind of give up a little bit over Christmas and go, oh, I'll start again in January. But what they don't realise is the damage that's been done over Christmas, and there's a lot of calories in, in mulled wine, or Baileys, or eggnog, or all these Christmas drinks contain a lot of calories, and that's absolutely fine. But then you have to be prepared to. So again, it's what I said before. It's about finding a balance.
Yeah.
And that's all year round, but particularly in December because Christmas is here. It's about finding a balance between those nice things that we enjoy over the Christmas period, or any holidays. It doesn't, it could be anything outside of Christmas, anything that will bring in an excessive amount of something that you wouldn't eat 5 mince pies in July, right? But what you will do in the summer is you'd have a lot of barbecue food. You'd have maybe a lot of sauces, maybe beer or cider. So it changes throughout the year. But that's why I said before that my service is about balance, because I think that's very important that we, there's always one extreme to the other. People either want to just cut everything out and be miserable. I always say to people, I know many people, who have a six-pack and they're miserable. They're miserable because in order to get there, so I said it before, I'm turning 30, so obviously I start assessing my life, including my fitness. Now, when I was 20, 10 years ago, I had abs, right, and I was happy with them abs. But my metabolism was very fast, so I didn't really have to work hard for those abs, okay? I could still drink and eat pizza, and they weren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
But now I'm 30, I don't anymore. In fact, my wife is always letting me know about that. But I'm okay with that. I'm at peace with this idea that my metabolism slowed down. If I wanted to have abs again, I could make that happen. But I'm not prepared to be miserable to put in that work to get there. Not knocking anybody that does, but that's just my choice. But I think that's where there's a problem. I think people just assume they need to have the perfect body and then the perfect life, and it just doesn't work that way. There's got to be some compromise, I think. And there's the other end of the scale as well. If you want to change your body or get healthier, but you're not prepared to stop eating McDonald's, 2 times a week, then we've got a problem. But on the other side as well, if you're trying to change your body and you're eating chicken and broccoli 5 times a week, you're going to be miserable and it's boring. So I like to go somewhere down the middle.
I love your methodology, methodology, like your way of seeing and putting things, because it's really powerful. It's so true that balancing. I love that. And now I'm going to be telling from today now on. I will be telling this to people because I don't know if I've heard before, but the way you speak, the way you showed me, it's amazing, because some people is just worried about this they will eat and change the exercise in January, etc., etc. And I love this. Don't stress out, just balance. Think about, it's totally amazing. I love it. Thank you so much. Wow.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm very curious here. I was listening you, and you mentioned that you are a personal trainer and you are mostly focused on women, right?
Yeah.
So how your wife see this?
Well, it's an interesting question because she's not the biggest fan of it. She's come round. She comes round to it. I think because, luckily, actually, I said I've been doing the work off program for nearly 3 years.
Yeah.
The last 2 groups I just did, and I always stop it after sort of November, and I don't start again till January, February, because of the reasons I just mentioned before. So she actually took part in it for the first time, and I've ran this program nearly 3 years. and I enjoyed that because I think she got a bit of an insight into what I actually do, and of course that was with the other women that were in the group as well.
Yeah.
And I think she got that insight, and she got involved, and she saw the community aspect. So, yeah, I think at first, when I first started, sort of 24, 25, it was very weird for her to, because obviously, but I had to change the way I was a little bit, because when I first started, I'd have my phone on till like 11, 12, still messaging clients, because that was my business. It was brand new, you know. I thought I had to be there
Yeah.
every single time.
Mhm.
Whereas I don't that much anymore, and I have a team that work with me on my online programs, and they're always at hand.
Mhm.
I try and shut my phone off now. I try and disconnect little things, like I said. I try and move my personal stuff to WhatsApp. So, like for my family conversations and stuff, I'll use WhatsApp. So that's like WhatsApp I use as a personal communication, and I
Right.
try and keep everything, all communications, on my Facebook page. So I've done a few things over the years to try and combat that. But yeah, at first it was a little bit hard. Um, but I think, like I said, because she's done my programs now, and she's been to my gym, which, even though my gym is about, I would say 70%, 70 to 80% women, there's men there too. So I think she understands that it must
Perception.
be,
The the
yeah,
the mission, and she also um she collaborate with you because she understands you, and that's really powerful.
yeah,
Because I was curious about it, because you know, women, they tend to go on to, we tend to move spaghetti with cheese and then put
yeah.
some other type of pasta inside it, and mix up everything. But but then I'm glad she did that. She tried, and she's joined you. Even she's not a personal trainer, maybe, I don't know, but she knows your gang, she knows what you're doing, and she knows your passion, and that's really powerful. That's really good.
She was also in there to criticise a lot of things as well. So I don't know how much of a positive it was in the end. Um, but
But
no,
it's
I mean,
helpful.
well, her feedback is honest, because
Yeah.
if there's something wrong, if I've um, if I've done something wrong in a workout video, maybe missed a step that I didn't notice, maybe I missed an exercise out completely out of the program because I got carried away. Oh, she's there to tell me about it. In
That's good.
fact, there's been a video on there that's been on there since the very beginning, more but at least 2.5 years. And no, I think the mistake was something like, I think I missed one exercise at the end of this video, and no one in 2.5 years had told me. Not one client of, like I
Yeah.
say, I've worked with, on this program, I've had something like 28 groups, so that's two to 300 people I've had coming in and
Yeah.
out of this group. Not one person told me about this problem. My wife comes in, and the first thing she said is, "You missed an exercise out of that workout, by the way."
She's a pro, you see.
So it was great having her on the program. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because our like, I love that, because when I'm working, like Women Flicks, we are three women, and when I produce something, or one of us produce another thing, and then I share, they see things that I can't see. It's
yeah.
totally like, I'm like, oh, I couldn't see this. Oh, but it's only them. I can't see them. I just, and I love it. I love it because I've got someone that can critique and make me feel better, go do better. Because, and they are private. They are our gang, our team. So it really works. It really works. I love it. I don't know your wife, but I love her. That's amazing. She's got,
Fantastic.
she already, I can see she's a good, she can see things. That's really good.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, you were about to say something, Callum.
I was just going to say, I also had my mum in that program as well, so you can imagine the combination of the two of them.
I love
Yeah,
it. It's kind of weird, right? When we have our own family, like, I don't know, you can feel a
yeah,
bit like, I'm doing right or not.
yeah. I don't like it, and I think it, it it's hard to train, especially close family like that. If
Yeah.
if it was a cousin or something, the same would apply. But my wife can't take me seriously, and I can't take her seriously.
Yeah.
So the minute you try and cross that border from personal into professionalism, I can't do it. So I have a certain coaching style that I have with people. I have this level of professionalism. So if she's coming in and I'm talking on a video using big words or speaking correctly, and then I go home and I just she gets the more laid back version. Yeah, it's hard.
It is, right? Yes, it is hard. But well, there we go, is another, they good to come in sometimes because they will empower us to be better. It's always for the better. So
Absolutely.
on the end of the day, they make us like, but then we say, oh, okay, next time you get better, you stay, you shake less and less till you feel confident, so you're ready to be on stage talking to all family.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what I did. I did take some positives from that. At the time, I was annoyed. I'm like, what are you even doing here? But then after and that's I think that's the case in personal life as well. We're both very stubborn. I tend to find, as I find most women are, always right. So, but I don't handle that straight away first. So I'll have to stand and like, no, you're wrong. And then usually a couple of hours later, I go crawling back like, okay, you was right. So when at first she's like, this, it's a great program. I love what you do, but there's this, and this. I don't like hearing that. It's like, I've just ran this program for 3 years. Don't you suddenly come in here and tell me this is wrong. But then after, like the next day, I'm like, yeah, she's right. I need to change this and this and this. So you're right. It's all for the benefit.
Yeah, it is. It's good. It's good. It's all good. So, and you mentioned that you run some courses, or it's just one course?
So it's mainly just that one. I also do a one-to-one coaching now, which kind of started about a year ago. So within the group, I realised after doing these groups that it's only 30. Yeah, it's only 30 days, and it needs to be small because I need to. The reality is people want results quickly. Now, if I tell people, right, do you want to sign up to 12 months of sustainable fitness? No one wants to do that. They want to get what they can, and they want to see what they can achieve. And if it doesn't look realistic in the time frame, no one's going to do it. So I had to make something, and the fact I can get people results in 30 days is incredible. And people are more like, yeah, I'll go for that. But then after, what is there? Because realistically, habits can take weeks, months to really embed, not 30 days. So what I tend to see happened was at the end of the 30 days, people usually get results. It's got a high success rate. And then a week later, they're back where they were because the accountability stopped. The group stopped. So then people just stopped. So
control.
Yeah, so I wanted to create something that went on further than that. Something that could also be sustainable because the work off is an A to B program. So everyone starts at the beginning and then it progresses and gets harder as you get to day 30. So I can't just keep repeating a 30-day program, which people do. I have a lot of people who sign up to one and then they might sign up to the next and then maybe the next, which is great for some people.
Yeah.
But for most people, I can't reteach. I can't reteach what you already know. So I created a one-to-one program instead, which is still online. But instead of it being over a Facebook group, I use Google Drive. We have a private folder. I have all my own templates, my own layout, and I do it this way. And I do coaching calls, so it'll be like this over Zoom, and I'll do a 30-minute coaching call, and this will be our check-in. This will be our interaction with each other, and then I also do video check-ins and tailored programs. It's a lot more flexible. So the idea behind the journey is when people start with the workout, they get introduced to my methods and how I will help you achieve fitness. And then if they want to stay after, we move on to like this 12-week one-to-one program. And I've had people that have been on that for over a year, sort of 15 months. So they started on the work-off group and then they moved into this one-to-one group, and they're still on it now. So
That's
yeah, it definitely works as a sustainable carrier.
progress is the progress scale. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, very good, very good. Okay, good to know. Good to tell this to everyone. And my last question, Callum, how can people connect with you and find more about your work? Where they can find you?
Yeah, so you will find me mainly on Instagram and Facebook. Instagram is probably my top platform. Um, I'm also on LinkedIn as well because I tend to work with a lot of busy women and I tend to work with a lot of entrepreneurs as well. So a lot of self-employed business owners that are too busy to,
Yeah,
because one of the big things that we see is time. Time is one of the big reasons for not being able to concentrate on your fitness. But I always say to people, if your car needed an MOT, you'd pay it, right? Because you've got to have a car.
yeah,
But if your body needs an MOT, most people don't have the time or the finances to invest in that. And I find that interesting. So that's why I tend to really appeal to. I would say the people that tend to come on my programs more usually are women, busy women that are either because they've got children or because they've got a business or they're working and there's always these factors, but it's
yeah.
usually time. So yeah, I'm on LinkedIn as well, but mainly Instagram, Facebook. I have my own podcast as well, so you can go on YouTube, um, just Callum Sully, Spotify, it's just called the Callum Sully podcast. So yeah, just Callum Sully in any social media, and it'll either come up on my website or you'll find me, Callum Sully
Oh,
Fitness.
fantastic, fantastic. So Callum Sully is everywhere you can find through this name, but also Callum, I'm just gonna say this to my listeners that all the links, all this personal, like for your business and for yourself, will be on the description of the podcast when it comes live. So anyone can come to the description and check and click and get straight connected with you. One thing I want to ask you, if you have available, is do you run like a free call, like for someone that is interested to get to know you to see if they want to get into the next step, which is the program or which is coaching? Do you have any free call like people can connect, or should they just go into Instagram or Facebook and just leave you a message?
Yes, so yes, I do sell programs, obviously, but I'm always putting out content. I'm a big believer in, giving people free content because I'm not just in this to be in business. Otherwise, I would have chose a different
Right.
career. I'm in this because I want to help as many people as possible. So, yeah, there is within my bio on Instagram, I have like a link tree.
Yeah.
There's loads of different things. And there's loads of free stuff as well. So, in terms of free content, I have a free Facebook group, which is
Right.
linked to my page. I have the podcast as well, is a nutrition and fitness podcast. So there's loads of content on there for free. I also have a guide as well it's a 30-page guide called the Busy Woman's Cheat Sheet.
Mhm.
So that is literally a 30-page guide of my advice to how to deal with your fitness and diet. And that's all within a little guide, and that'll certainly so if someone's thinking about where to get started or talking about that thing I mentioned before, which is time, they can go and get that straight away. And that's on my bio too. People can get on my email list. I know a lot of people don't like doing that now, but I don't tend to spam it. In fact, I send an email probably once a week, but then it's usually content worthy as well. It's usually talking about the latest fad. Could be carbohydrates. No carbs before 9 p.m. So I'm always debunking myths and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I also do free challenges as well. So my next one will be on January. So I'd have a free Facebook group. I do it for 5 to 7 days, and I call it the Blueprint Challenge. So if you go on the social media, I tend to advertise when that comes, and that's a free group, and it's for 5 days. I help show you. It's like a mini version of my program for free. So I have loads of stuff to offer that you don't even need to pay for.
Fantastic. And as I was trying, I was asking, do you have any link that people can get on a consultation call with you?
Yes. So yeah, I do tend to do calls. So if you head to my website
Okay,
and follow the buttons on there, yeah, it does. It is called. There will be a call option, so you can just simply book onto a call with me. It will
fantastic.
book in, and yeah, I'm free for a call most times. I mean, I'm busy. Obviously, I've got gym, but I'll always make time for people to have a call. So if people want to know more about what might be right for them, or even just a bit of free advice, yeah, there's a link on my website, and it will literally says, book a call, and yeah, I'll happily discuss people.
That's amazing. That's all I want to know as well, because I'm sure like a lot of ladies, as I mentioned to you, our business is based for women, but I know listeners, guys as well, they like to check other guys that work with women. So they will, our listeners, they will definitely check you out and click for the call or for your website. But I was wondering if this is available for clients, and that's
Yeah,
available, which is fantastic. Once again, thank you so much, Callum, for being here with me on Entrepreneurs Talks podcast. And I'm sure we're going to keep in touch. And I wish you all the best for your journey, for your fitness business, and keep empowering more women online around the globe, because there we go. Because it's online, you can reach people anywhere in the world, right?
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was great. It was great to come on. So thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome. And tomorrow, have a blast. Enjoy your birthday with your family, because now it's not anymore 24, it's 30. So you're more relaxed. And if you can go to the gym or do some classes online, and call me if is any live class for your birthday, so I
I
can
might,
join. Like,
yeah, I might have to celebrate being 30 with a big workout.
yeah, it's the only way, right? Because with the lockdowns and stuff, we cannot do too much. So
Yeah, I like to pretend that I would have done something better with my time for my 30 if there wasn't a lot, wasn't a pandemic on. I probably wouldn't have, to be fair.
but there we go. If you come up with a group session on your birthday, let me know. Send me an email.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah, will
might
do.
gonna be able to join you. It would be lovely to make a party. I never been on a party, a birthday party, doing some exercise.
I don't think I have either, to be fair.
There we go. An idea came up. Take care. God bless.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
Bye bye.
welcome. Bye.